This is the last word on sports. First American Bank's 4th down on 4.
It's a 13-game winning streak overshadowed by a 3-game losing streak. The Saints finish an unforgettable regular season with a bench-laden loss to the Panthers. Now the black and gold turn their attention to the playoffs and hopefully leave the unforgettable behind them. It's now a new season, a season where success is measured by hardware and championships. Welcome into 4th down on 4. 3 straight losses to close out the regular season, all in the past now. But if history has anything to say about it, the past could be the Saints' future. The stat will be repeated 1,000 more times before the Saints play their next game, but it will carry the same weight each time. No NFL team has ever lost their final 3 regular season games and made the Super Bowl. Today, understandably though, the Saints mailed it in up in Charlotte, starters warming benches and backups getting blown out. Here's Jim Henderson with more.
Here in Charlotte, it was a beautiful day for the Panthers and all their fans. Bright blue skies, chilly temperatures, but most important for all of them, no breeze. Without Drew Brees, the #1 offense in the NFL threw for just 102 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. While Mark Brunell was doing that, Brees was on the sideline, protected from injury and protecting a new NFL record with a completion percentage of 70.6, breaking Ken Anderson's mark. It's a record he savors and one he shares.
I mean, I think that just says a lot about our team and our offense and what we're doing, and everybody has a hand in that.
Last week, the Saints' mantra changed from win this game at all costs to try to win it, but with little cost. While the Panthers were playing their starters to the bitter end, the Saints were sitting many of theirs from the bitter beginning. The Saints knew they would be taking their lumps. They just didn't want to take too many bad ones, and any to the wrong guys.
Would I've loved it if we came out here and scored 41 today? I mean, yeah, sure. But is it worth the risk? You know, and so those are the things that you have to weigh. And like I said, we had a formula that worked well for us back in 2006 with that 2 seed and that first round bye. And you know, that's what we're following. And even more so, you know, even more guys banged up this year than we did then. And so that's really a lot of the reason for why we did what we did.
It was the kind of situation that made for a weird and boring game. It was the kind of game that made Sean Payton's first remark, addressing the injury situation, perhaps the most important thing he said in his post-game press conference.
Nothing concrete injury-wise. Kyle Ekla had a stinger. We had a couple guys that were able to bounce back after getting their bell rung a little bit. Robert Meacham had one. Courtney Roby the same way. So we'll see where they're at tomorrow from a treatment standpoint. But I think by and large we came out of it pretty healthy. Obviously a lot of substitutions, and you know, the focus quickly now shifts to our game in a couple weeks.
You know, we're the new #1 seed now that's going on a 3-game losing streak, and you know, the past 16 games now, regardless of how great they were, that's all behind us. We're looking ahead. This team has a maturity level to know that there's a sense of urgency now that we haven't had all season long, and it's back to getting it 1 game at a time and really going for the whole thing. But you know, it comes with its first game in a couple weeks.
Win in 2 weeks, and this game will be soon forgotten. Lose, and it will be long remembered. In Charlotte, Jim Henderson, 4th down on 4.
One of the least impressive stat pages we've shown in the Sean Payton era. Mark Brunell just 102 yards through the air on 29 attempts, no touchdowns and a pick. Lionel Hamilton toughed out 48 yards and a score on the ground. He also had 3 catches for 38 yards. In all, the Saints managed just 213 total yards of offense, the lowest mark under Sean Payton, albeit this one will come with an asterisk. We welcome into the show Larry Holder, CBSSports.com. He covers the Saints. You know, I think the Wes Welker injury earlier today justified the move by Sean Payton to kind of sit everybody. But the question is now, do you really believe that these guys can turn it on? I mean, you saw some sloppy play even from the backups, some missed tackles, things like that. Can this team, are they good enough with a week to kind of get healthy, to flip the switch?
I really think so, because I think you touched on it, health. I think you get a defense that's completely healthy. I think if Jabari Greer comes back, you have your 1-2 corners back, you have Sharper back. I think that solidifies this whole team because I think the offense can pick it up. I know they've struggled the last few weeks. I mean, they've only scored 44 points in the last 3 games, which I know in 4 games this season they've scored more than that in 1 game. So, and I think today was a little bit of a wash at Mark Brunell, but I think this offense can pick it up. I think Drew Brees, and you get Pierre Thomas come back healthy, and a Shockey and a Dave Thomas because you got a couple weeks. I think they can pick it up.
I think it'll be something big to talk about, and is what the commissioner was kind of poking around a little bit today. Possible incentives for these teams to play their starters going in, because what you had was the glorified exhibition season, but fans are still paying extra money. The big difference is they're sitting in 50-degree temperatures and 40-degree temperatures as opposed to, when in the preseason when it's warm. Do you think that has any momentum? Do you think it would have changed Sean Payton's outlook today if, hey, play your starters, we'll give you a 4th-round pick? I
think no. I think Payton is, if he's going to set his mind to it, and if he's not going to get fined or break a rule, I think he would have taken the same route as he did today. But you look at the Colts, I think when they did it and the way they did it was different than, say, a team in the final week. I mean, it's happened for years and years. I just think it was such a hubbub because of the Colts undefeated going against a playoff team early when they didn't necessarily have to do that. I think the final week, I think Sean Payton would play at the same incentive or not.
Well, I think you've got a commissioner that's a little more sensitive to the fans than most commissioners have been in the past, talking about the 18-game regular season. So I think that's why he's probably exploring this a little bit. And there's fans out there that are agreeing with him, and there's definitely fans that say the teams have the right, if you've played as well as the Saints has, to have that option to do it. But now let's look at this in 2 weeks, this game. It'll be, if the Saints win, it'll be more than a month in between wins. I mean, it was December 13th the last time they won. More pressure on this game than talking about the playoff game than maybe any other in franchise history?
There is no question. I'm just going to put it to you this way. If the Saints don't make the Super Bowl, I don't see how you can't say the season was a waste, because you're the #1 seed, you've gone this far, and if you lose 4 straight games at the end of the season, I mean, you might hear fans, and I might not agree with it, but fans might be, look, Sean Payton, you need to go. You had in the best position to do this, and you just kind of failed at the end of the season. I think they need to win this game more than any other game in franchise history.
2006, they ended up making a nice little run, best season in franchise history. Scott Fujita was on that team. After the game, Jim Henderson caught up with the Saints linebacker.
You were part of that 2006 team that advanced to the divisional playoff round. Do you guys recall you lost 2 out of your final 3 that year before you went into the playoffs, and after that 2-week layoff, you played one of your best games ever against Philadelphia?
Yeah, and it was a great game, and I think Coach Payton made some great decisions down the stretch there. You would like to have that last win against Carolina a couple years ago, but when it comes down to it, you're going to be measured by what you do in the playoffs. This team understands that, and there will be a sense of urgency these next couple of weeks. I mean, guys, you talk about getting guys rested, getting guys healthy. I think we're getting healthy now, and now it's time to put the pedal to the metal, all hands on deck, no more fooling around. Guys are going to get conditioned, they're going to get in shape, they're going to get back in the weight room, because we have that extra time to do that. So, it's full speed ahead.
And you'll have Scott Shanley probably back there as one of your linebacker mates, which you haven't had recently.
Yeah, he'll be back. Jabari came out, and I think it was great for him to get some field work today. So, I'm proud of everybody, the way they played today, and now it's moving on to bigger and better things.
Early last week, obviously Sean had come out with the statement that we're going to play this game as if our playoff life depended on it. I kind of think maybe he didn't expect the Vikings to lose to the Bears last Monday night, and once they did, it was kind of rethought, wasn't it?
No, I think every time you take the field, you take it with the intention of winning the game. And, you look at the way guys fought today, defensively, speaking for a lot of the guys who, were put in a position where they had to play a lot more plays than they usually do. They stepped up and played really well. With the exception of really one play early in that game, I mean, they were getting off the field series in, series out. So you're proud of the way the guys stepped up, and I think that's going to serve us well in the playoffs.
Looking forward to that game, I bet, in 2 weeks.
No doubt about it. I mean, this is real big-time football, and I think everybody in this locker room is excited about that.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, thanks.
That's Jim Henderson with Scott Fujita. They touched on it a little bit. I think it was very promising to see Jabari Greer and the way that he played. It really didn't look like he missed. I think he got gypped on one call, but he played really well today.
Oh, he did, and he's been begging all week, saying, look, I need to get some field work. It will help me, and I think kind of his talking, and I'm sure he talked to the coaches about this, and they felt the same way. And that's what you need. It was good to get Tracy Porter back for the Saints a couple weeks ago. It's good to get Jabari Greer back. And I think he's been the key to what's been the problem with the Saints defense, because you can't get as much pressure because you have to help in the back end. You have those two corners, Porter, Greer, and then, like I said earlier, if you get Sharper back, which I'm assuming he'll be back, this is a different defense.
Greer, first game since week 9, probably makes the Pro Bowl if he doesn't get hurt. Larry Holder, CBSSports.com. He covers the Saints for that website, and he's on fourth down on 4 tonight. Stay with us. More with Larry Holder when we get back, including who the black and gold just might meet in the divisional round. Plus,
while the media and the fans may want to harp on the past about the last 3 games, we're looking towards the future about who we're going to be playing, how can we get better, how can we execute better to get ready for whoever we're going to play. So we're not going to sit here and linger on what happened these past 3 weeks. The truth of the matter is we're the 1 seed, we have home field advantage, and we're going to go from there.
We welcome back Larry Holder. He covers the Saints for CBSSports.com. All right, so the NFC playoff picture is set. Saints 1, Vikings 2. Cowboys at 3 versus the Eagles next week. Cardinals versus the Packers also next week. The Saints can play everyone except for the Cowboys in that divisional round. So between the Eagles, Cardinals, and Packers, of those 3 teams, the best matchup for the Saints in that divisional round.
I'm going with the defending NFC champs. I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals, and I know they've got the huge weapons on the outside, Larry Fitzgerald, Anquan Bolden, Steve Breston, and of course Kurt Warner, who's experienced, but this defense is opportunistic, and they can create turnovers, and Kurt Warner can become a turnover machine at any point in time, and I think the Saints can do that, and that's really the reason why I think it's the best scenario for the Saints.
Indoors, Kurt Warner, though, can also have one of the best games of anybody in history as well, so they scare me a little bit. I like the Packers as the best matchup. I know they're the hottest team, but I think right now you've got a team that allows, I think, the most sacks in the league are right up there in Green Bay. And I think if you can get that kind of pressure, anything that'll help the Saints get pressure, and maybe a bad offensive line is what they need, I think you can force Aaron Rodgers into some bad throws. Plus, I like the fact that if you know that Charles Woodson is on one side of the field, you've got that whole other side of the field really to exploit. I think Sean Payton can really take advantage of that. I think Green Bay gives them the best shot.
I'm going to go opposite and say Green Bay is the worst shot, because I think Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback of all of them. And even if he has a little bit of time, I mean, he can pick you apart. His numbers are gaudy, and he's been playing well all season, even though he's been getting banged up. And he stayed healthy, and he can. I mean, he's got weapons all over the field too. Greg Jennings, Donald Driver. He's got James Jones and Ryan Grant in the backfield. He's played much better than he had last season. So, going Green Bay.
I think Green Bay would have trouble in the Dome. Now, I'm saying the worst matchup for the Saints would be the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they're outside of this game tonight, where they lost to earlier today, they lose to Dallas. They would come in, they would give you something that you haven't seen. Donovan McNabb healthy, and then you also got the Wildcat with Michael Vick that I think would throw a whole new wrinkle into that. I would think that the Saints would want to avoid that matchup.
I think they've got the Eagles' number. I know it was long ago, and they pummeled the Eagles in week 2 and was without Donovan McNabb. But I still think that breeds confidence. I mean, Kevin Kolb didn't play bad. They just really took it to the Eagles' defense. And, I mean, we watched the Cowboys do the same thing today. So I think the worst matchup is Green Bay, and the most favorable is Arizona. But I don't think the Saints would be too upset to see Philadelphia either.
I don't think anyone, though, wants to see the Cowboys at this point.
All right. I agree.
Larry Holder, CBSSports.com. We always appreciate you coming down. Stay with us. Much more Fourth Down after the break.
Prior to Week 15, the Dream Super Bowl would have paired the unbeaten Saints and the unbeaten Colts, with the winner guaranteed of a 19-0 season, the best in NFL history. Now, instead of both teams taking an unbeaten record into the postseason, neither will. The Saints have 3 losses, the Colts 2, as the top seeds in their respective conferences. Sean Payton was asked today if the burden is a little less heading into the postseason without the additional pressure of perpetuating an unbeaten season.
I think the focus is you start anew in regards to the season. You're in sudden death here, and so the focus is strictly on one game and playing your best football. The guys will have a break to get away from here, and then focus on that specific opponent, and away you go.
And we know now that the Saints will play in the divisional playoffs on Saturday. That's January 16th. Kickoff is 3:30, and it'll be against the Cardinals, Packers, or Eagles, the lowest seed amongst the survivors in those three. Sports interest survives and thrives on the second guess. No one gets second guessed more than NFL head coaches, and none of them get second guessed more at any time of the year than now. The beauty of the second guess is that you can never be wrong. Look at what poor Jim Caldwell's going through in Indianapolis. Since he pulled Peyton Manning last week with a lead on the Jets, the Colts have lost their last 2 regular season games as they head into the playoffs as the top seed in the AFC. Lose in the playoffs and he'll be flayed by second guessers saying he ruined the team's momentum. Win the Super Bowl, and he'll still be criticized by second guessers who will say that if he'd played Manning the last 2 games, he could have had a Super Bowl and a perfect season. Caldwell's response to his critics: my job is to win championships, not to have an unbeaten regular season. Sean Payton's predicament heading into yesterday was similar. His job is to win championships. And if a 3-game losing streak to end the season while the team's most integral players regain or retain their health is the price, he says it's no price at all in his judgment. Look at it this way. What if the Saints had played their starters yesterday to regain the supposed momentum for the playoffs and had still lost? Then this team's confidence heading into the playoffs would be certainly at rock bottom, while those who might have healed are placed in jeopardy, along with those who weren't hurt and might now be because of their exposure to injury in a meaningless game. And that's what Commissioner Roger Goodell would mandate in his half-baked idea to reward playoff teams with draft choices for playing their starters in late-season games that are of no consequence to them. For what? To appease fantasy league players, odds makers whose betting line might lose some of its integrity, whiny owners and coaches of teams that might need the help of playoff-bound teams to enhance their own playoff chances that they couldn't enhance on their own? Tell you what, Saints, you play Drew Brees, Pierre Thomas, and Jeremy Shockey, and we'll give you an additional 7th-round draft pick. If I'm Sean Payton, I take the pick and have Brees hand the ball off 30 times to Kyle Eckel. Would Goodell have to legislate how many times Brees would have to throw the ball and to whom to ensure the integrity of the game? The Saints' leading receiver yesterday was Darnell Dinkins with 4 catches, 4 times the number of balls he had caught all season, and as many catches as regulars Meacham, Henderson, and Colston combined for. It didn't look like Meacham, Henderson, and Colston particularly wanted to be out there. And when Robert Meacham was laid out on the goal line like a snow angel in the 3rd quarter of a one-sided game, you could certainly understand why. If the Lord helps those who help themselves, the Lord of the NFL should do the same. And the reward of a draft choice should not be the punishment for success. And we'll be chatting about that on our web chat coming up shortly at WWLTV.com.
Wow. We're already watching.
I'm fired up.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for the postseason. I got a week off. I'm going to be fresher, maybe healed.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Will you let it work?
Well, I will work, but it's still going to be fun.
Absolutely.
This is where I worked for all week, all year.
Tonight will be one